Hello everyone, welcome to the show. In our previous episode, we talked about basics of linear motion. Today we are going to talk about how motion is related to time and how do we use this relation in our daily life. In physical terms, this relation is known as rate of motion. We have observed moving objects around us. From the observation, we know that some objects move faster than others and some slower. For example, a man walks slower than a biker and train runs faster than a bike. In physics, there are two ways to measure the motion known as speed and velocity. To measure how fast or slow an object is moving, we simply note the time taken by the object to cover a particular distance. Lesser the time is taken, greater the speed will be, or greater the time is taken, lesser the speed is. Simply, it is defined as total distance traveled by an object in a time unit, or total distance covered in 1 second. SI unit of time is meter per second. Mathematically, it is calculated as distance traveled in meter divided by time. Speed is something we measure how much an object can travel in a unit time. Now suppose in a particular time some distance has been traveled by an object. There are time intervals when speed of the object was increased or decreased. For an example, a boy went to the park 50 meters away from his house. His walking speed was 2 meters per second. In park, he jogged a circular path of 100-meter radius one round. His jogging speed was 10 meters per second. After jogging, he sat on the park bench for 5 minutes. In this moment, his speed was 0 meters per second. Then he walks to the home with 2 meters per second speed. In this total motion, he covers a total distance of 728 meters and total time taken is 412.8 seconds. In this situation, it is not possible to calculate the speed of complete motion because speed of object is not uniform. Hence, we calculate the average speed of the object. To calculate an average speed of the motion, we divide total distance traveled by total time taken. Hence, average speed of this motion will be 1.76 meter per second. Speed is a quantitative unit in which direction of motion is not defined. But if we fix the direction of motion, for example, train is moving toward north with speed 50 meters per second, then this quantity becomes velocity. Hence, velocity is defined as total distance traveled by an object per unit time in a particular direction. It is calculated exactly as speed. As we calculated average speed for a non-uniform motion, we will also calculate an average velocity for a non-uniform motion, but with a different approach. First way to calculate average velocity is when the velocity is changing with non-uniform rate. In this case, average velocity is calculated by dividing net displacement of the object by total time taken. Second way to calculate average velocity is when velocity is changing with uniform rate. In this case, average velocity is calculated by dividing the sum of initial and final velocity by 2. As we can see that all of these measures are associated with time, we use these terms to measure the rate of motion in our daily life. In our next episode, we will talk about uniform and non-uniform motion. For more information about this or any episode of the series, check out the blog. Link is in the description. We have additional contents, further readings and transcripts of every show. Thank you for coming to the channel and watching the video. I hope you loved the show.